Hey, hi, hello. I'm gonna keep my tea brief. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. I probably look really tired, and that's because I am. I'm fighting jet lag, okay? Hold on. Fighting jet lag. I've already slept like 13 hours, and I would like to sleep more, but it's only 7 p.m., so I'm trying to keep myself awake, and I'm angry, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna film this. Hopefully I can keep my tea brief because I turn my fan off and it's heat wave. But, you'll see whatever the video is called, but I'm here. I don't know if I'm calling it sellout, AI, whatever, but we're gonna talk about people. This is from Booktok, okay? Because they constantly have a mess over there. I know we used to have our own mess back in the day, but now with I guess you can call it progression of technology and all this generative AI, there's more. So I made a short talking about something, alluding to something, and so I'm gonna start with that and then go with the newest thing. So my short was about these two people in particular. There were way more people, but these two people are very large creators on Booktok. I'll go ahead, I'm not going. It's Marianna Reads, she been in mess before, and a Marianna girl, them two. And then I guess there's another one because people have been saying Booktok big three. I think there's a girl named Yara or something, Yana, I don't know. These people have never come across my timeline organically, except the Marianna girl, because I was like, she looks familiar, and I figured out she has like a nutrition page, and when I was like really getting into my dense bean bag, she would come across my FYP, but her salads never looked good, so I was like, boo. Anyway, so Booktok big three, right? Like, they've never called themselves that, but they are these really large influencers. I don't know how many Larry has. I can put it up here. I know Marianna has like 500,000 followers. The other girl, a lot. They have a lot, okay? So, there's a series called The Boys of Tommen series. I don't know how many books are in it. I've never read them. They're by Chloe Walsh, who I've heard the name brought up in the circles of problematic author. I don't know what it was because I don't read her, okay? But a series called Boys of Tommen, a series, I think it's following these high school students, and there's lots of things that apparently the author said she wrote the story dealing with some own trauma from her past. Again, I have not read these books, okay, but the characters are teenagers, okay? So some loser, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat it anymore, I have very staunch feelings about generative AI. I'm very against it. If you're new here, if you're not, then you know. Sorry, Rumi's cutting the grass. You're gonna have to deal with it. So I'm gonna stop. I'm not mincing words anymore. Some loser used generative AI to make a fan edit of these teenage student boys, and it's basically like a thirst trap edit. That's not all edits are thirst traps, but a lot of them are, and I love an edit, okay, of adults. They used generative AI, which steals and mashes things together and puts out slop, edit of these teenage boys from this series. And the people on Booktok who I've talked about before are weirdos and are in the comments like, ooh, oh my God. Oh, I hate AI except for this. Yes, this is what AI is meant to do. And that Larry gal was like supporting it, and so was that Marianna girl. Hold on, let me go to my screenshot so I don't misquote, because Miss Marianna, what'd she say? She commented, she said, give me a hair tie in 2 minutes. You know what that means, it's nasty. Why are you doing that? And so in my short, I mentioned that these people I know had Larry, they were like, it's just words on a page. It's just a book. They're fictional characters. If we're going by like time, they would technically be adults now. Sorry. You're still weird. You're still a creep. That's fucking weird. That'd be like me reading a YA romance. The character is clearly 15, and I'm creating like sexy art about that character and be like, oh my God, give me 2 minutes and a hair. Don't put in my hair. You know what that means. Give me a hair tie in 2 minutes. You're nasty. The general thirst over that, the creation of it, bad. The support of it, bad. The thirsting over it, even worse. Like, y'all are delusional. you know, when some people are like, there's no way everybody in the world is like walking around their own thoughts, their own feelings, like the world's full of NPCs, and I'm convinced yes, because ain't no way, I guess there is a way, all y'all are this dumb, but there are a lot of dummies out here, and I see it daily, anytime I see something on Booktok. So I think that's bad enough, right? We're using generative AI, which steals content. It steals content. It's not creating art. It's not coming up with it on itself. It's pulling from images of real people, real children, real art, and it's mashing it together to pump out something to make these things that you guys want. You're just, oh my God. It's not our fault that you have no imagination, that you can't picture based off a description. It's not our fault. No, we can't all draw. I can't. I've read series that I have loved and been like, oh, I love this character, and there's no fan art, and I just have to use my mind. Isn't that a crazy thing? Imagination. Imagine that. So that was bad enough, right? That disgusted me because y'all are grunt and over here like, oh my God, thirsting over teenage age characters. Okay, again, I said that these names have come up multiple times. This newest thing is Miss Marianna and her promotion of this thing called, hold on, I'll put the video in here so you can see it.
What if I told you you could create the ultimate enemies to lovers arc between you and your dream book boyfriend? I just discovered character AI scenes, and I've been doing exactly that. Now whenever I'm in a reading slump, I remember character AI scenes feature lets you co-write stories and bring books and characters to life. A personal favorite element of these stories is role-playing different scenarios with a morally gray MMC of my choosing. My current favorite scene I have ongoing for quite some time is Summer Nights: The Secret Vampire, where I find out that Kale Draco, my morally gray dragon rider grumpy MMC, has been hiding the fact that he's a vampire from me this whole time. It took me months to trust this man, so mistake on my end, because now we're in an enemies to lovers back to enemies situation. And this is one of my favorite moments from this scene. You gesture like you're going to cup his cheek with affection before sheathing your claws and grabbing him by the throat, digging your nails in deep enough to elicit a maniacal groan from him. What are you doing? He cuts off as your grip tightens, his eyes flashing with the fierce defiance and the first hint of fear. This is so fun. Exactly what you told me to, proving to you that I'm not like the rest of them. I want you to suffer exactly how your kind made me suffer for 5 years. Before he can speak, she snaps his neck with one hand and watches his body drop to the ground. This is also perfect for my fanfic girlies, or if you're just like me and have so many what if scenarios in your head you want to create based off of your favorite tropes. You can bring in so many other characters as well, like I'm having a full-blown conversation with my dragon right now. And because I need you to experience this with me, you can download the Character AI app for free and try out any scene of your choosing. I promise you will not be disappointed.
So it's called Character AI. And she's not the only one, because somebody else in another comment mentioned another person who has like 1 million followers, and their name is Aminasnotokay. Obviously, Amina. Nothing's up there.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Reading the Mafia books is no longer enough. It's not cutting it. I need more. And by more, I mean character AI. Yeah! It's time for me to write myself in these Mafia stories, okay? I'm gonna become YN to the max. He's seated on the ground, bleeding out, and he's like, you don't have to look at me like that. I've had worse. Stop staring and grab the kit. This thing's not gonna stitch itself. And of course, we're gonna voice call. Hello? Grab the kit and walk to him with shaking hands. It wasn't supposed to be like this. It was supposed to be me.
His gaze flickers to your shaking hands as you bring the kit to him. A hint of concern flickers in his eye.
Yeah, I was the one who should have taken the bullet for you. It shouldn't have been you.
Don't apologize, he mutters. It's my job to protect you, not the other way around.
Do Mafia boyfriend next. I'm so excited. You're at a party and a blonde girl walks up to your Mafia boyfriend and she looks at me all nastily and is like, oh, so you must be the girlfriend. Girl. No, I'm no longer his girlfriend, but we can be best friends. I run up to her and I hug her. You can have him.
Before she let go of you, she whispered into your ears. Can I ask you a question?
Go for it. I'm a girl's girl. I'm all ears.
To be honest, I've really liked Zildin for a while, and
I turn away from the girl and head to Zildin. Zildin, this blondie has a crush on you, so I'm cutting things off with you. You and her deserve each other.
He looked at the girl before looking back at you.
I'm breaking up with you. It's time for the two of you to be together.
You want to break up with me because some blonde girl have a crush on me?
Like I'm the girl of your dreams and you want me instead? Is that what you're saying? Like you're staying committed and loyal?
You really think that that blonde girl is more important to me than you are?
We're gonna do Mafia Husband next. I'm so excited.
There was some other large creator, Caitlin B. I was just clicking on the character AI hashtag because you're all dead to me. 300,000 followers on here. And at this point, I just want to know, how much is it worth? Like being a sellout must pay really well, I'm assuming. But anyway, back to Marianna. She's the only one really right now being flamed, but everybody who uses this, promotes AI, generative AI in any case, especially in the bookish community, you're going to talk about here supporting authors, and then you're literally supporting software that steals their work. Okay, you should be shamed. Like, let's put you out in the town square and throw tomatoes at your lame ass. Okay, so that's what I'm here to do. I know I've stepped away for a long time. I used to make videos about creators, but usually it was like booktube, like stuff that was going on. I haven't really done that. Besides Kira Lewis, who also deserves to have tomatoes thrown at her. But this shit is starting, no, not starting, it's pissing me off, like beyond, because you're disgusting. People flock to these spaces because oftentimes you don't find people in real life who read things that you like, and you want to talk to people, and you come into these spaces. I don't know if you were a reader before, or if you just saw it was cool, or you, like everybody else, picked up ACOTAR and then was like, ooh, spicy, this is my lane and this is where I'm gonna stay, whatever. But you are a parasite, okay? Character AI, you're sitting here, she says, when I'm in a reading slump, this is the perfect thing because I can talk to. I can have a little spicy chat or whatever with my, you know, morally gray male character. Okay, I have so many solutions. If you're here and you're listening and you're like, wow, I've been in a reading slump too, maybe I should use character. No. Here's some things. If you're reading something from traditional books, may I interest you? May I entice you? May I introduce you to fan fiction? As someone made a video.
Friendly reminder for anyone who needs it, reader insert fanfiction exists. You can just read that. You can Control F, search and replace Y/N and put your name in there. And you can read the enemies to lovers story of your dreams with yourself as the main character without AI generating anything. Instead of AI generating slop, can you just learn how to search on AO3?
You can read reader insert fanfiction. Or you can go look it up. And maybe it doesn't exist for the exact book you want, but I'm sure that there's morally great main male characters over the millions of fan works that are just on AO3 alone. You can go to Wattpad if you want it like that. Oldies on fanfiction.net. It exists. If you don't want to do that, there's this thing, right? It's called a brain. I don't think you've heard of it. And it's called imagination. And some of us, or who are really good at it, do it often. I've heard it coined as maladaptive daydreaming. Now, I'm not saying go all the way there, but if you're needing to create fake scenarios, conversations, inserting yourself with fictional characters, whether that be from a book or from a TV show or for a movie, you can do it up here. Mine's in 4K, so I don't know, okay? You know, maybe you are dim-witted and you can't come up with that shit, but you can do it yourself. Or, oh well. If you don't want to look for a fan fiction, you don't want to think of it yourself, you're not creative enough as an artist to draw it yourself, write it yourself, then oh fucking well. You enjoy the media that it's in, and you move on, or you reread it, or you find people to talk about it with, and maybe they're like, oh, I wrote a little fan fiction, or there's so many ways by being a human and using your mind and using the things available to you that you can come up with these scenarios and not use a slot machine that steals. Okay, these words it's saying back to you, these things that are being written out, they did not pull from thin air. They did not create, they didn't think, they don't have a brain. They have combed the web. Some of these have taken actual books and they've been scanned into their databases to feed them information, and then because they don't have a brain, they're not human, they're not thinking, they're a complicated mathematical equation, you put in this thing and the math goes beep boop boop out and spits something out that it's stolen. What is so hard to get to I don't know how thick your skull is, because it can't be protecting no soft matter in there, because it must be empty. How are you not embarrassed? Because you're here for the money. So sorry. Don't believe you're just like, I'm just a reader trying to share my passion. Because she commented, let's see. I know I'm working on resolving this, because of course the comments under this video, most of them are very disappointing. I'm surprised she hasn't deleted them yet. She said, I know I'm working on resolving this. I hear everyone and had no idea the impact this app had. Did I read that right? And had no idea the impact this app had. And I'm doing everything I can right now to solve this, while also having so much out of my hands because I have to figure this out with the brand. That is things you do before you take a sponsorship. You ask questions. And like many other people have posted on TikTok and probably on Threads, that all of us get inundated with emails with shady ass sponsorship opportunities, and a lot of them as of late have been AI. I see AI, I delete it. It's simple as that. If you had integrity, if you had any moral fortitude to stand on, you wouldn't have taken a sponsorship, but you didn't. And so you were like, I'm gonna get this bag. My subscribers are gonna support me because they already have when I was already doing fuck ass shit. And now you're getting more blowback, probably because people found you from that other thing and they don't like what you were doing there. Now you're getting blowback and you're like, I'm trying to figure this out. No, you're not. You're trying to figure out how to save face. That's what you're doing. You signed the contract. You had to go through with your deal. You're getting your paycheck. Don't be trying to backpedal now. You're an adult. You read things before you agree to them. That's how it fucking works. So stand on that shit now. Stand on it. Authors have also come out and have been, letting their thoughts, which is not new. Because what are authors? Creatives. They're writing. Their writing is being stolen to be put into these language learning model garbage ass machines. You know Victoria Aveyard has made videos. I know people can feel their way about her, but I love her. Very anti-generative AI stance. She's made a video. Rachel Gillig, the author of Too Dark, the author of, posted, reminder that if you see BookTokers promoting character AI enemies to lovers arc between you and your dream boyfriend, they are actively promoting theft from the very books they claim to support. Don't engage, starve the parasite, humans make art. Thank you, Rachel. It's so easy. So back to little Miss Marianna's little thing. Said I'm trying to figure it out with the brand. I'm so sorry. No, you're not. For the amount of people I've hurt. She put heart. I genuinely can only hold myself accountable for my lack of understanding of the situation. This response is valid because I'm disappointed in myself too. Are you? And I'm just trying my best to approach the situation with care. I promise I'm not ignoring anyone. No. Yes, you are ignoring people because you're trying to figure out again how to save face. It's too late, honey. You've already signed the contract, you produced the content, and now they're going to pay you, and you need to deal with those consequences. I'm not saying that people can't change, but I've also scrolled down her page, and she just believes in using AI and AI images. There's a video she talk about, I think, Tamlin. She's saying like, you know who'd be perfect at Coachella, and it's Tamlin, and it's all AI images, as if there are not. Especially with Sarah J. Maas and all of her, especially for ACOTAR. I feel like there's a fair amount for Throne of Glass, but especially for ACOTAR, you know how many actual artists have created art for those books? There are a lot of images that you could have gotten of Tamlin and not had your screen be this AI slop. Then another one was some filtered, one of those little like filters on TikTok where it's like, it rolls the thing and like chooses or something. Again, I can put it here and it's AI images. So no, I don't believe you're sorry. I don't believe that you had no idea that it was so harmful. People have been talking about this for months at this point on TikTok. I talk about it here on YouTube. It's talked about on Threads, the threat of generative AI against creatives. And I'm so sorry, miss. I'm posting videos every day, if not multiple videos every day. You know this. You've seen the videos and you didn't care.
Oh, and if you can't tell that this is AI, I don't know how, but there was also like an image thing on it that said like artworks by Roki, and I typed that in and it brought up this Instagram with this fuck ass page that says owner of whatever digital artwork made using AI and Photoshop. So sorry, and tag me when you repost. You didn't make it. You typed in a prompt to a slot machine that spat out art I put loose quotations around art. This spat out that AI slop that stole from artists who have their work posted on the internet. So, you know, just in case you want to be like, how do you know it's AI?
I'm not tagging her in this video. I'm not telling people to go attack her. I do believe that cyberbullying is a thing and it's wrong, and it has driven people to really dark places. But people also need to be held accountable. You are not allowed to be awful and go against what a community is saying, what the artists, the writers you claim to support are saying, and then you get no pushback. So there's a difference between constructive. I'm being a little mean, okay? Because again, I'm not sending this video to her. But I'm done with the bullshit. Like, y'all keep getting away with this because you're getting paid. I know you're getting paid mad money. It's probably your this and your, I think she has like a nutrition TikTok is the other one I saw. Whatever. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. You're an adult and you need to own up to your consequences. Do I hope that maybe again this time she would realize how harmful generative AI is and her getting a paycheck for it and how that makes her look? I really do. Do I believe she'll change? Granted, I've only watched a couple of her videos because of said controversies. Again, she does not come up on my For You page. She is not somebody I would engage with. Between the videos I've seen of her and Larry Reads and that other girl, we don't have much in common, babes. So I can only hope that they would learn from this. But at your big age, I don't know how old they are. I don't know.
And I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to act like I'm perfect because I simply am not. As you may or may not know, I just shared AI in one of my posts. And I truly was negligent and did not understand the harmful impact that could have on the writer, reader, and author space and artist space. I was uneducated. I did not take the time to educate myself more, and as a creator with a large following, that is my responsibility to do. I took what I thought the app was at surface level and went with it. Should I have researched more? Absolutely. I just want to sit here and take full accountability for I took part in a partnership that harms the writer, reader, author space. Point blank, period. There are going to be plenty of people, rightfully so, that think she just should have known. I don't care what she has to say. She just should have known. She should have known. I should have known, and I didn't. So if that's how you feel, that's okay. That's okay. Like, you don't need to be around me. I'm sure that video was for enough people to say that leaves an unsavory taste in my mouth. I want no part of that. That's fine. I support you. Protect your peace. I just want to let you guys know that I know what I did was wrong. And I want to change moving forward, and I am making an effort to change moving forward. And I'm so grateful for the people that reached out to me, the authors that reached out to me and educated me, gave me resources, like let me know, hey, like I know you probably did this with good intentions, but this is how harmful this is to this space. Like, read this article. Like, I'm looking out for you. And I'm so sorry for those who I've hurt and affected along the way. Again, that was never my intention. Really grateful though that this community, for the most part, did take the time to educate me and let me know what's going on so that I could see that, like, so that I could own my shit. Because sometimes that's just all it is. Sometimes people just are stupid. Will everyone be happy with this? No. Will so many people still call me a sellout? Yes, absolutely. Will people say that I should have known better so it doesn't matter? Yes. Will people bring up every single thing I've done under the sun as reasons why you shouldn't like me? Yes. And I apologize if I have made you feel uncomfortable or me being a creator has caused you harm. That's never been my intention. I just wanted to own my shit, take a step back, and hopefully be back to finding joy just in reading alone again.
Hi, it's me. I'm editing. It's dark. Whatever. Obviously you just saw the apology video, and I'm glad that she seems to be taking a personal responsibility. Again, I don't know her. I still find it hard to believe that as a person who's chronically online, I say that as a person who's chronically online, that you had no idea how negative it was when so many people, authors and readers alike, have been talking about this for months on the negative effects of AI and how it steals. So I'm so sorry. I just just don't believe you. But she doesn't need me to believe her, because everybody in those comments were like, they can never make me hate you. People do whatever. People, you mess up one time and people want to... Yeah. So she'll be fine, right? If that was someone else, if that was somebody like me, toast, cooked, okay? Even if you really did need that money. And trust me, I'm broke. But I still draw the line at certain things that I do not want associated with my name. So I hope you own up to this, and going forward, actually take the time to look into things before you guys agree to them. But I'm sorry, I'm not falling for the you had no idea it was bad. That's just my opinion. I'm allowed to have it.
And so my final, before I said I was trying to keep this brief, I can't see how long it's been going, but I am getting hot. My final things. I only use generative AI for ideas. Loser, still theft. I only use it to send emails. Loser, still theft. Well, I only use, people need to use it if they're disabled. Don't do that. Don't put that on them. I have seen many people from the disabled community, advocates from the community saying like, do not put that on us. People with disabilities have been creating art for generations, for centuries. And they did not need generative AI, so don't try to use that bullshit, okay? All of your little things are you being lazy, okay? Don't blame ADHD, don't blame depression, don't blame all these, there are people with all of these things, mix and match collaboration, who create art. It may take them longer. It may take more edit, revision, but they still create art on their own, using their own brain. And don't even try me with that. Other people have editors and because I've seen this sadly in the fan fiction space where people are like, I just use AI as my own beta. No. Lazy. Again, you can find a beta reader. If my introverted weird ass can make fan fiction friends online through TikTok, through Reddit, you can too. You're just lazy and a loser, okay? This thing in here needs work, okay? I'm like, how do we go from, I feel like there was so much emphasis at one time because, you know, Alzheimer's is a real degenerative condition that leads, I know that's not the thing, and it leads to, you know, memory loss. Talking about Sudoku puzzles and different things and like all these different games and apps to keep your brain engaged to like hopefully ward that off. And now we're just like, oh wait, this thing doesn't make me use my brain. I go tip and then it thinks for me. How do we jump from there? Use your brain. Oh, well, I want the email to sound more professional. Then think. Use a thesaurus. Use work. These are things you're supposed to be working on. The more you use that, the easier it is to be like, I want this email to sound professional. Oh, I'm sending this to a friend. If I find out somebody is using Chat GPT to text message me, you are no longer my friend. Get out of my life. And how fucking dumb are, oh my God. It is awful. Emails, text messages, people using it for their little scripts on TikTok. If you're using it to write a video, if you're using it to make your fucking thumbnail, fuck you, okay? That's it. That's it. That's all. I'm using it to, you're lazy. Sorry. And there are conversations to be had, and there's nuance in different areas, but I'm not here for nuance today. I'm just telling you that it's pathetic, and I'm disgusted. Especially with these hoes. And here are a few thread thingy tweet things that I liked that I'll share, and then that'll be it. You never joined the book community to be a part of a community. You came here to make money. Facts. So can we please start talking about how quite a few of these big influencers, including the big three, clearly just moved in the book community, Booktok, because they saw an opportunity to make money here, not for any actual passion for books. Some, not even ones deemed problematic, even have marketing degrees, experience, and have played the algorithm in this community to a T. We need to stop making the wrong people famous. They know any publicity is good publicity for them. I'm sick of this. And that's very true. I think that's true here on YouTube as well. So many people who were like in the lifestyle space, but then as Booktok was trending and like things got more popular, started reading books. And I'm not saying that you can't see something as popular and start doing it. I think overall generally people reading more is a good thing. Do I have thoughts on the pipeline of saw it on Booktok, picked up ACOTAR, and now all I read is romantasy? Yes. I don't have the words to articulate that at the moment. Maybe I will. But generally I think it is a positive that more people are reading. But again, I can't articulate what I want to say right now to try to ward off the people calling me elitist. I'm not sitting here trying to say I'm the smartest person in the world, most creative. I can't draw. I can't draw. I've tried my hand at writing. It is hard. Okay, I've tried it. Writing is hard, but I also but like being able to write, being able to draw, wanting a certain scenario, that's not like a human right. I can't do it. Oh well, I have to find other people. That's why we have like these millions of books to choose from. Why people write fan fiction and you can go read it for free. People post their art online. You can look at it for free. You can purchase it from them. It exists. I'm so sorry. And so while I'm not like, ooh, I'm better than you because I don't solely read romantasy or something, no, I am better than you though because I don't use generative AI, and I will fucking stand up on that hill and die. So that's my video for today.
Okay, last thing. I was on the threads and I saw this information about this big goofy bitch, Jessa Hastings, who wrote those books, Magnolia Parks. I haven't read them. The covers are ludicrous and I've just not heard good things. And she's definitely moved to my shit list now. This is what she posted. Seeing an obscene amount of hate on Booktok lately this week, it's been pointed to one of the sweetest, genuinely most lovely creators on there, and I'm sick to my stomach because they're an actual person. You can try and justify the backlash they're receiving, but you actually just need to recognize what's happening for what it is. It might be under the guise of virtue signaling, but it's just plain old bullying and harassment, and I think it's revolting. If you have partaken in it, then I think you're revolting too. And you know, I don't think, because, people get crazy saying death threats, wishing negative to people, but people just critiquing you in your comments, that's not harassment. So, Jessa, I think you need to learn to use a dictionary. Last thing I'll say about it, everyone who's giving that creator shit for using AI, you better be so fucking above reproach in your own self-righteous little lies. I mean, like, you better never have used autocorrect and predictive text. Better have face unlocking turned off on your phone, fingerprint scanning too. And you sure as shit better not be using Siri or Alexa. You had better not have purchased anything through a targeted ad or a product recommendation. Definitely cannot ever have interacted with a chatbot on an online store before, and I hope your spam filter's off, and you better not have tabbed a smart reply on Gmail. Hope your grammar's perfect because no Grammarly for you either. I also hope you've never watched anything Netflix has recommended you, and I know for sure you're not listening to Discover Weekly on Spotify. Well, I can actually say I haven't done a lot of those things, because every person doesn't use Grammarly or doesn't use predictive text, all of these things. And also, none of these things you mentioned are the same as generative AI. So I would implore you, Jessa Hastings, to maybe learn something before you want to run your mouth online trying to call people deplorable and say they better be above reproach. Maybe you should just have some common fucking sense before you come online trying to talk about people, because this is not generative AI. Yes, it's artificial intelligence, these different things, these different algorithms that help, like obviously they are used to create, what do you call those things? I was gonna say lyrics. Hold on, my brain is malfunctioning. What I meant to say was captions, but things like artificial intelligence that's used to create algorithms, that is not generative AI. People are upset about generative AI. These language learning models, these mid-journeys, where you typed in a prompt and it takes information that it has stolen from other artists, creators on the internet, and it mushes something together and spits something out. That's what people are upset about. That's what's stealing from authors. That's what's stealing from artists. Jessa, not fucking autocorrect. And then you'll really see why she's really on my shit list next, and why she's going this hard on her stories about AI, because her goofy ass depends on it. So I wouldn't trust any of her writing.
How do you research for your books?
Great question. I used to just research regularly. In the last 6 months, I have been using ChatGPT, and it has been absolutely game-changing for me as someone with ADHD who struggles very much with my distractibility. I am down every single rabbit hole path, whatever. Every single path that my brain could take that isn't what I'm meant to be doing, my brain is going to take it. Usually when I'm Googling something, I'm taking 95 side quests to figure it out. One time for Magnolia, I had to look up oysters. It took 2.5 hours to round myself off of the oyster. I just needed to know the kind of oyster that she was ordering for a party. Ridiculous. Enter ChatGPT, where I can ask, I need the most expensive oyster that could be shipped to London within a day of being caught in this month of the year. It tells me straight away. I ask ChatGPT all of my research questions.
Just loud and proud that your research is ChatGPT, which has been proven to be wrong. You can't even just take the time to use Google. And see, this is that bullshit I said earlier, using your excuse of my ADD, my ADHD. Don't do that, okay? Because people who have these conditions can research on their own. They can use actual reputable websites and books and journals. They don't have to go to ChatGPT. So you're lazy, Jessa. If you see this video, I said it with my chest. You're lazy, and I would not read anything that you wrote because you probably didn't even write it. It's embarrassing. You should be ashamed. Just want to add this in. Of course, Victoria Aveyard has many videos. I didn't put them in here, but this was something on Threads. She said, fellow authors, I recommend you start searching your character names on Character AI. They're doing nothing to enforce their own terms of service, which forbid use of IP material. It's on us to send DMCA takedown notices, because she went and was able to search. It is limited unless you make an account, but she was able to search and find some of her characters up there and see that there have been thousands of interactions that people have used her characters in this app. So if you're an author, it'd be worth trying to check out if your characters are on there, and then you have to do the process to get them to take it down. It sucks, but at least now you're aware.
I'm actually really tired, and I'm trying to think of the amount of water I've drank in the last like 36 hours, and I think it's probably that water bottle right there. I had a lot of sodas on the plane. I probably should drink some water. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I might have a liquid IV also. Ooh, plug. You can use my code, whatever. I don't know. I'm starting to feel really delirious and really hot. But that's my thoughts. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Oh my god. You know what? I'm about to stay blessed, hydrated. What am I saying? I'm gonna have me a firecracker. So stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. And I'll see you in my next one. And I may still be angry. Bye! Okay, but can I also say that I'm just sad to be back in America? I went to go see my man for 2 weeks. It was really nice. Now I'm back here alone. Jet lag, dehydrated. 6 more months till we're reunited. And I can go back to get in my bag. All right.